Hi dear students, today we're going to talk about the sixth class, online class, and it's also about chapter 6, as we said, measurement of electrical items, plumbing and mechanical works. So measurement of the electrical items for building engineers, elementary knowledge of electrical installations in building is essential, and I will attach one HVAC drawing with ducting and all these things, mechanical drawings, just for your information and to see what's there and all these drawings and how it looks like and the key of the drawing itself. So for the building engineers, because you have to have the elementary knowledge of electrical installation and building, because it says you have to have this knowledge. It's essential for you, because in the future, if you want to do like costing, surveying, quantity surveying, and all these measurements, you have to know how to read these drawings. Electrification of building consists of electrical wiring for light. Okay, pulling wires, putting the wires on the conduits, and all these things. By the way, will be shown in this video later on from the site itself. So wiring for lights, fans, plugs, etc., and providing fans, etc. The estimate of electrical wiring usually done on points basis. So according to the points that you affix in the wall or wherever, it will be like on fixed on points basis, fan points, plug points, and etc. So these are the fittings of the electrification, and the rates are taken per point for the complete work for supplying and fixing. Maybe supplying and fixing, you bring the materials, or maybe by fixing only, if you are just doing the labor service. So there's two types, there's two things in the electrification. There is the points that you fix, which is lighting fixtures and lighting fittings and all these things. It will be by points. And the other things that wire electrifications, wiring, conduit pipes, and all these things, it has another way, which includes wire buttons, wooden blocks, nails, screws, clips, switches, switchboards, continuous earth wire, etc. These are the other types. So and the rates are taken per point for the complete work for supplying and fixing, which include the wiring, buttons, and all these things. So it will include all these things. The fittings as brackets, shades, holders, ceiling, roses, etc. are taken under separate item, and their quantities and sizes are as per detailed specifications. Main switchboard, it will be taken by number. Main switchboard will be taken by number. Switchboard and fuse is taken as a separate item, and rate is taken per number. Fans are estimated on number basis of different sizes, with regulator and hanging rods for the supply. So fans, you can calculate this one by number. The DB, which is the distribution board or main switchboard, by number also. Items like fittings and all these things will be taken by points, which includes the wire button, wooden blocks, nails, screws, conduits, switches, and all these things, and wiring and all these things. And also the other thing is that maybe sometimes these things are not taken by number. It's taken by square meters. As the real world practice, it is taken by square meters, as you will see in the in this video also, again from the site itself. Electrical fittings will be calculated by each type of materials like fans, spotlights, switches, and sockets, and etc. Usually cable pulling and conduits are to be taken by square meter. This includes the fixing of metal switches boxes. Okay, and you will see what is the metal switch box. Conduit wiring, this system is mostly used nowadays, and in this system the VIR conductors are run in metallic or PVC tubes called conduits. And there are two types of conduit wiring. Surface conduit wiring. In this system, conduits are fixed on the surface of the wall. You can see it by heavy gauge saddles secured to suitable plugs with the screws. These are white things that you find it on the walls sometimes, especially when they do some corrections, extensions, and if you want like to add some extra fixtures, light fittings and all these things, sometimes they use the surface conduit wiring and recessed conduit wiring, which you cannot see, which is embedded in the wall itself. In this system, the conduits conduit is buried under plaster and fixed. It's in fact it's not under plaster only. It is fixed, embedded in the wall itself, block work, and fixed by means of staples and saddles. Inspection boxes should be provided at suitable places to permit for inspection and facilitate detection of defects and removal of wires, because you cannot just like pull one conduit pipes from the beginning to the end to the point that you want to reach, well, even if it's long distance, because there should be something in practical checkbox in the middle, or like in some like according to the electrical engineer, he puts like every 10 meters, every 5 meters, or something like that, something which is called checkbox. In the future, if there is any problem, he can know where the problem is, because you know he don't need to check all the route of the wire from the fitting itself, or from the light fixture, for example, or light bracket until the DB. He could check from here to there, from each point checkpoint. Let's say we have 3 checkpoints. These checkpoints we check in between these checkpoints. So whenever we find that there is no problem here, that means the problem is in the next section. So according to the sections, you can find the problem and solve it easily by these checkbox. Okay, this is about the electricals. According to the mechanical works, we have HVAC, which is heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. As in electrical and plumbing works, this portion of work may be bid under single or separate contracts, because you know it's kind of specific work, made mostly, especially in the big projects. The HVAC and the electricals, it will be taken by specialized companies, not the main construction contractor. He will do this one. The contractor who's doing the civil work, mostly he's not doing, especially in the big scale projects or large scale projects. There is another contractor, main contractor also, for HVAC and electricals, because he's specialized in this kind of work, like the MEP, for example, also. So as an electrical plumbing portion, work may be bid under single or separate contracts. Bidding under separate contracts for HVAC work is similar to bid under separate contracts for electrical and plumbing works. Understanding the mutual responsibilities and coordinating the required coordination required is a must. You have to coordinate between this kind of work, MEP, HVAC, and the construction and civil work. Like all work, this portion must be designed and installed in accordance with all federal, state, and local codes. Many different codes may have controls depending on the types of the system used. Again, the field experience, understanding of design principles, and ability to understand drawings and specifications are key points for this kind of work. There is a tremendous variety of installations that may be used in this portion in dealing with the electrical, heat, ventilation, ceilings, and various methods and fuels used for heating and air conditioning. So different types of systems, different types of fixtures, and all these things we have in the HVAC. So this is why the HVAC works in Oman, usually contracted in a lump sum contract. So just like look to the drawings, they study the drawings, and they say this kind of work will be this much in a fixed price, it means, or lump sum contract, and sometimes by square meters, but mostly the contractors like to have the lump sum contract, because this kind of work, as we said, it's mostly highly specialized work. People, they don't know about it, then if you take it by square meter, sometimes it makes problems. So this is why lump sum is a good option for the contractors who are working in this field, HVAC and plumbing and electricity. Okay, so the price depends much about the complexity of the work and the type and the quality of materials chosen. Also, this is because different types of materials, different prices for these materials used. Also, it depends on the type of the system chosen. And single contract, subcontractor who specializes in this type of work will be submitting bid to estimators. So your area of responsibility falls within the preparing of an approximate bid or comparison. So you don't need, like for example, you don't need to be specialized in HVAC and MEP and all these things. You'll give it to someone to give you the lump sum price for this one, and your job will be like just making comparison between these prices and approximating the cost of this work, and accordingly you can choose one of these contracts. Referring to the work drawings and specifications, estimators prepare a complete list of major items required. They determine exactly where the responsibility for each portion rests. If it's not clear, estimators should request the architect or the engineer, that means a consultant who is working in this kind of specialization, for clarification. Clarify them, as it is unwise to make assumptions about this or any portion of the project. The taking of list should include all the equipment separately as to type and sizes. He will bring you one list of all these things, the requirements of the project, and you have to know what exactly he is providing you in order to do your assumptions, in order to do your comparison between this contractor and that contractor. And you need to know to be clearly understanding what is mentioned there in their quotation, whether it is following the specifications of the drawing and everything and the requirements of the client himself. Other than that, you can give it to those companies who are specialized in this kind of work, and they do the math and calculations for this one. Estimator need a general knowledge of heating, ventilation, and air conditioning to understand the equipment involved. My means, you need to know the types of heating, ventilation, the HVAC, and air conditioning. To know the difference between the types that they are using, types of ventilation, types of the materials, the systems and differences between these systems, and what are the requirements of these systems. There are many, because different systems. Some systems need fall ceiling, suspended ceiling. Some systems they need suspended flooring. Some systems they don't need anything. So these are all the things that you have to have like knowledge about. There are many different systems that could be used in building. If the estimator is unfamiliar with the system, it is wise to call the manufacturer's representative to get full explanation. You need to have this information. That's why you can take it from the manufacturers or even from the contractor who's doing this work. In this way, the estimator will understand what is required to the general contractors and subcontractors to guarantee a successful installation. Also, estimator check the specifications carefully to be sure that the materials they or their subcontractors bid are those specified, as we said before. So you have to have general information about the specifications of these things. Are they in line with the specifications that are required in your contract? To improve accuracy for job to job, estimators keep to complete file of all costs and breakdown of costs from subs to and they check job against job. So clearly, by accurately, you have to check job by job, break down these prices, know what kind of materials that he wants, what kind of systems that he's using, because sometimes the HVAC contractor, he's using different types of systems in different rooms or in different spaces in one building even. So this is why you have to know what kind of systems he's using here and break down all these things, that heating outlets or air conditioning outlets, the ducting system, what are the specifications of the ducting system, sizes, all requirements of this system and the other systems requirements. And also you need to know where the chillers should be, the machines should be. Some of the machines could be inside the building itself, inside the space itself. hidden in the false ceilings, between the slab and the false ceilings. And some of the equipment, some of the machines could be in a room for HVAC room outside the building. Some of the machines could be in the roof of the building itself. Another method used for approximate estimate is the use of square meter of building. Also prices per square meter, just like in the electrification, square meter per building. Also prices per square meters and tons of air conditioning are sometimes quoted. If used with caution, this procedure may be effectively employed for comparison of prices. Lastly, we have the plumbing works. In Oman, the plumbing works is calculated mostly by number of the baths and kitchens. So how many kitchen you have, I will take for the kitchen this much of prices, and for the bath this much. And normally the baths are double the cost of the normally the baths are double the cost of the kitchen. Sorry, your kitchen. The cost of the bath is including plumbing works, piping, and the fitting, installation, including the mirror and the roller, toilet papers, and all these things. Yeah, it means plumbing works and also fixing all the fittings. Double cost of the kitchen. Okay, the cost of the bath is including plumbing works, piping, and fitting, and the fittings also installation, including the mirror, the roller toilet paper, hanger, and the water heater. All these things are included in the price of the kitchen, of the bath. If the bath has bath tube or glass room shower, the cost will be for sure will be higher. The above mentioned does not include the sewage pipes. When you want to, these outlet pipes that are coming out from the kitchen or coming out from the toilets itself, and rainwater drainage pipes, manholes, and septic tanks, these are calculated separately. This will be separate contract, usually by lump sum contract. And this is about the plumbing works, and this is about the lecture number 6, which we were talking in about the chapter 6. And now let's go for the video taken from the site. Just watch it and stay tuned on.
السلام عليكم. اليوم نريد نتكلم عن الكوندويت بايبس والسوكت بوينتس والسويتش بوينتس بالنسبه للمهندسين المعماريين المصممين، وكذلك بالنسبه للسيفل انجينيرز والكوانتيتي سيرفيرز. معك مهندس عمر علي من بروجكت مانجمنت سمبليفايد. طيب، بالنسبه للسوكتس والسويتشز اللي موجوده هنا اللي نشوفها عندنا في التاسيس مالها، طبعا لازم المهندس المعماري او المصمم الانتيريور ديزاين الداخلي يكون ياخذ بنظر اعتبار اماكن هذه السويتشز ان تكون علاقتها بالنسبه للباب للمدخل، عشان الانسان لما يدخل مثلا بالليل مثلا الى الغرفه يكون اسرع، يعني اول ما يفتح الباب او اول ما يدخل الى الفضاء يستطيع بسهوله انه يصل الى السويتش عشان يفتح اللايت، ما يضطر انه يدخل الى عمق الغرفه او يكون السويتش خلف الباب، فبالتالي يضطر انه يمشي في مسافه داخل الغرفه قبل ما يستطيع ان يفتح انوار الغرفه. طبعا بالنسبه للسويتشز هذه من ناحيه التصميم، الارتفاعات ايضا تكون مهمه، توزيع الكهرباء، علاقه عدد السويتشز بالاناره اللي موجوده كتصميم داخلي، يكون اكثر من سويتش عشان انت تقدر تتحكم بكميه الاناره اللي تحتاجها، انواع الاناره اللي انت مستخدمها في الفضاء، هذه ايضا كل وحده تحاول انت تكون لها سويتش معين عشان تقدر تتحكم في نوع الاناره وشده الاناره ولون الاناره اذا كانت مستخدمه اكثر من لون. لازم يكون المهندس المصمم الانتيريور ديزاين يكون معني بعدد السويتشز ونوع السويتشز اللي موجوده ايضا في الفضاء الداخلي. طبعا بالنسبه لوجود السويتش، بالنسبه من ناحيه التاسيس، احنا لما نيجي نسوي خرسانه السقف اثناء عمليه الشتر وعملنا الستيل رينفورسمنت، راح نكون نحط الديستريبيوترز مع الستيل قبل صبيه الكونكريت، يحطها يوزعها المهندس الكهربائي او كما هو موجود في الخريطه الكهربائيه، وبعد ذلك يكون يسلك الكهرباء ماله، يسلكها ويعمل نقطه عشان يدخل منها السلك الكهربائي اللي جاي من فوق، يدخل منها مثل هاي النقطه اللي تشوفوها. هو عارف انه في جدار ماشي هنا، فبعدين هو راح ينزل البايب ماله يدخله بهاي الطريقه الى هذا الجدار. راح تكون البايب اللي داخل من السقف مباشره من السلاب راح يكون داخل بهذا من هاي النقطه فقط، يعني احنا ما رح نحتاج ننزل الى كل سويتش او كل سوكت في الغرفه مثلا نحتاج ننزله من فوق حتى لا نوفر على نفسنا كوندويت بايبس واسلاك كهربائيه. فبالتالي هو راح ننزل هذه النزله مره واحده فقط من السويتش، وهذا ملزمين احنا ان يكون النزول من فوق من السلاب. ليش؟ لانه السويتشز هذه مربوطه بالاناره والمروحه السقفيه اللي فوق، فاذا لازم يكون النقطه الاسلاك جايه من الاناره اللي سقفيه او المروحه السقفيه ثم تنزل من تحت الى هذا السويتش. فهذا انت ملزم هذه النقطه السويتش ملزم ان يكون فيها ارتباط بالسقف. لكن هذه النقطه ممكن ايضا نعتبرها نقطه توزيع. ايضا الكهرباء اللي راح تنزل من السقف هنا مره واحده راح تكون هي عباره عن ربط هذا السويتش بالاناره السقفيه اللي موجوده فوق عندنا بالسلاب، وبعدين راح نوزع، راح يطلع منها الكوندويت بايب ويمشي في الارض عشان يوزع الى السوكت. طبعا السوكت هذا ما يحتاج ان يكون مربوط مباشره بالسقف لانه ما له اي علاقه بالاناره اللي موجوده، هو مجرد سوكت. فالاناره الكهرباء راح تمشي تتوصل، طبعا هذه ما واصله الى الان، تتوصل بهذه النقطه ثم بعد ذلك تنتقل من هذه النقطه الى هذه النقطه ثم بعد ذلك تنتقل من هذه النقطه الى هذه النقطه والى هذه النقطه. تمام؟ فهذه النقاط السوكتس مثل ما قلنا ما يحتاج ان تكون مربوطه في السقف وما يحتاج ان تنزل لها كهرباء مباشره من السقف. فقط هذه النقطه اللي هي ملزمين احنا ان نربطها بالسقف لوجود لارتباطها بالاناره او المروحه او غيرها، هذه ننزل منها وبنفس الوقت نستخدمها ايضا كنقطه توزيع، منها ينتقل الى السوكتس اللي تحت. بالنسبه للكوانتيتي سيرفيرز اللي يريدون يكونون يشتغلون الكميات، اذا تريد تحسب الكوندويت بايبس طبعا راح تحسب هذا نص متر، هذا نص متر، هذا نص متر ايضا من السوكت الى الارض، وبعدين تحسب المسافات من هاي النقطه الى هاي النقطه الى هاي النقطه وهكذا. تمام؟ وهذه تنحسب بالمتر. الكوندويت بايب الواحد هو طوله 3 متر، وطبعا اقطار مختلفه على حسب عدد الاسلاك اللي داخله في الكوندويت بايب، في 20 امام و25 امام وهكذا. لكن اذا ما تريد تحسبها يعني بشكل دقيق ممكن تجيب كميات معينه الى السايت، وبعد ذلك لما تشوف يصير عندك اقل من المطلوب، واذا يصير عندك عجز تقدر تحسب بالضبط كم المتبقي عندك لو كانت مشاريع بسيطه يعني. وكذلك بالنسبه للسوكيتس والسويتشز وغيرها تقدر تحسبها، والبوكسز تقدر تحسبها على من الخريطه طبعا على حسب السويتشز اللي موجوده عندك في الخريطه واللي تحتاجها. طبعا بالنسبه للموضوع السوكيتس والسويتشز، الشغل اللي ماشي هنا في السوق يعني كتركيب اعمال. انت الان تكلمنا عن شراء المواد، الان كتركيب اعمال التركيب هذه ياخذوها منك بالمتر المربع، يعني يحسب مساحه الغرفه هذه مثلا، يقول لك تعامل معك على المتر المربع بكذا ريال وخلاص، على يحسب مساحته مثلا الفيلا او الشقه او الغرفه او ايا كانت وات ايفر، يحسبها بالمتر المربع، يتعامل معك على بهذه الطريقه، بطريقه حساب المتر المربع ك مان باور سيرفيس، تركيب فقط. هذا بالنسبة للتركيب. أما بالنسبة للأعمال التنفيذ المدنية بالنسبة للمهندسين الموقع سواء كانوا architects أو civil engineers، هذا طبعا أنت تحتاج تكسر في الجدار عشان تمشي الكوندويت بايبس، وطبعا بعد التكسير بعد ما تكسر في الجدار أيضا تكون محتاج إلى أن تملي هذا الفراغ اللي يتكون، تمليه بالمونة، وبعد ما تملي هذا الفراغ اللي يتكون بالمونة، طبعا المونة هذه راح تكون مادة مختلفة عن مادة الطابوق كماتيريال، وراح تكون مادة أيضا مختلفة عن مادة البلاستر اللي راح تجي فوقها، وراح يكون مدد زمنية مختلفة، يعني هذه راح تجف وبعد ذلك راح تجي على البلاستر، فهذا معرض أن يجعل هذا المكان يحصل فيه كراك في المستقبل. لذلك احنا نستخدم المش واير سواء كان ستيل أو كان بلاستيك، نركبه في هذه المنطقة أثناء عمل البلاستر، بعد أن نملي هذا المكان ونغطيه كله بالمونة، وبعدين نحط المش واير وبعدين نحط البلاستر. فبالتالي الكوانتيتي سيرفير ايضا لازم ياخذ بنظر الاعتبار انه في هذه الاماكن، في هذا المكان وفي هذا المكان وفي هذاك المكان ايضا، في كل هذه الاماكن يحتاج يحسب او ياخذ بنظر الاعتبار انه في مش واير راح يستخدم في هذه الاماكن. هذا فيما يخص بعض المعلومات اللي تخص التسليك الكهربائي والكوندويت بايبس والسوكيتس. شكرا.